Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is doing real well. Abby, why are you smiling so much? Because I gotta tell y'all real quick. While I gather the cards, we're gonna be here for like about an hour doing oracle card readings. And we'll do the spiel in a second because I'll give everybody a minute to come in. But y'all, I have an announcement. I'm so excited. I am so excited. Okay, let me just grab what oracle decks are we going to use today. Let's grab the Nature Speak because we're definitely working through some earthy energies. Let's grab. Let's grab the Whispers of the Ocean deck. I love this deck. Really good deck. So we're gonna do that one. We're gonna do this one. I really want to use this deck, but I know it's probably not gonna resonate with everybody. So, you know what? I will use this deck. This is the Egyptian Gods deck, so we're gonna use that. Picking oracle decks sometimes is like it's a whole thing. Okay, let's see. Let's do Archangel Michael because Archangel Michael always the one. So Archangel Michael will do, of course, the OGs of OGs. We'll do the Okana deck because, of course, we have to. And yes, I'm sorry, TikTok. I know I've been like ignoring you guys for a minute. The way I have not been on TikTok at all, because I've just been busy with other stuff. Since there's a few of you guys in here right now, wow, there's 55 of y'all on TikTok. This is what happens when I don't get on TikTok for a long time. Just so you guys know, the early bird for the Egypt Spiritual Retreat goes on sale tomorrow at 12 Eastern Standard Time, I guess. I just put it at 12 because I figured, height of the sun situation. So yeah, I'm just letting you guys know right now. Also, we are going to go to Osset's temple. So I'm going to have to make a new video updating everything, just so everybody knows. But it's still going to be iconic. So I'm so excited. Anyway, so yeah, I think those are the decks we're going to use today because those are the ones I'm gravitating towards. So there must be a reason. Okay, so these are your options for today. The Okana deck, only use this one if you're trying to do shadow work because it will read you to the filth. The Archangel Michael Oracle deck, oldie but goodie, as always, why is you upside down? The Archangel Michael Oracle deck, the Egyptian God set, which I've been like in love with, the Nature Speak Oracle, and the Whispers from the Ocean are your oracle card options for the day. For those who are like, what's happening? Welcome to the weekly community oracle pool where we come together to do readings affordably. The whole point of this live is to give you guys access to affordable readings, so that way you guys have access to affordable readings. For those who are Patreon members and channel members, you can go ahead and drop your question. If you are a Patreon member, just put your Patreon name so I can check you off the list because I have the whole thing. I have my iPad over here. Okay, so Maya sent 5 for the reading. Wait, whoever is Maya, can y'all put it in the chat? Because sometimes your name is different than the Cash App, and then I'll be getting confused. So whoever's Maya, claim Maya, and then do you want a general reading? And if so, do you want me to pick the deck for you? And if not, then which deck do you want me to pick for you? Those are the questions. Okay, I got you. I got you. Okay, I got you. It's a general reading. Do you want me to pick the deck for you, or do you want to pick the deck? And what is the question? Unless it's a general reading, let me know. For everybody else, if you're not a Patreon member or channel member, you could put it as a super chat if you're on YouTube. If you're on TikTok, you could do Cash App or Venmo. If you're on YouTube and you want to do Cash App or Venmo, you could do Cash App or Venmo as well. My Cash App or Venmo is the same as my username. So there you go. Okay. So I would love a general, and you intuitively choose. Okay. You see, I knew there's a reason. I knew there was a reason why I had to use this deck, but you got the Egyptian gods, which, by the way, I love this deck so much. It resonates so much. It is crazy. Okay. What does Jaguar Bruja need to know? What messages does Jaguar Bruja need to know? What messages does Jaguar Bruja need to know? Okay. Okay. I love this deck so much. Okay, so first we have Anubis. Okay. Anubis. Transformation. Okay. Then we have Mahen, Protection. I love how beautiful this deck is. I cannot get over how beautiful this deck is. Next is Ma'at. Truth and Fairness. Those are the 3 cards that came out. Your bottom of the deck is Shu, Order, and Peace. So, one, you are going through a very deep transformation within yourself right now. And because you're going through this big change and this big, it's like a catalyst. It feels like you've been going through not only dealing with stuff within this lifetime, but there's definitely past life stuff going on, especially with the Anubis coming up. There's definitely past life stuff going on. It's also, especially with Ma'at coming up, it's almost like the things that you came to correct, the things that you came to make right are actively being shifted now, are actively being transformed. There is an evolution happening. There's healing happening. There's grounding happening. But it's like during this process of you coming into this very powerful calibration that's been in the process for like years. This is not something that, it just, you snapped your fingers and it, started happening. It's like, it's been happening for a really, really, really long time. You've been kind of kept in this like cocoon energy where it's just like, you're meant to integrate, you're meant to heal, you're meant to make it right. And so you're very, very heavily protected right now. As you are processing this, because it is part of why you're here, especially in this lifetime. It's part of why you're here. You need to make this right. There's a need for balance there, right? There's a need for balance. There's a need for that calibration. There's a need for peace. There is a need. And so when it comes to this energy of this deep transformation that you're going through, it requires you to not have to deal with unnecessary BS. So Spirit has you very, very much protected from a lot of BS. Trust and believe that, whatever you're going through, whatever you're processing, it could be worse if you weren't protected. And what I mean, like, you could be actively way more distracted and not actually working through the stuff that you need to work through. So then it ends up being like, more messy, because then it's harder to concentrate on the task at hand. Like, your spirits are like, no, we're gonna make sure that this gets sorted out. We're gonna make sure that this gets shifted. We're gonna make sure that this is something that comes into balance. We're gonna make sure, like, we got you. We're gonna do it. We're gonna support you through this process. Wait, y'all, hold on, because I just noticed that my computer is not charging, which is weird because, oh no, and it's at 14% for some reason. It's not charging. Okay, hold on, I might have to change this. I'm sorry, y'all, that I just stopped the reading like that, but I don't want it to die midway through the whole entire live. And no, it's still not charging. That's weird. Okay, now it's charging, I believe. Okay, now it's charging. I don't know why that wasn't working. Sorry about that. I just don't want you guys to like get shut off and then, okay, now it's working. Woo! Panic attack. Hello. You know, I just didn't want you guys to like be like, ah, live cut off midway through and all of the jabs. Anyway, like I was saying, spirit has you in this state of protection because you're meant to go through this process and is required for you to go through this process so you can make this right within your soul. So there's something about your own soul's experience in this lifetime that requires this to be fulfilled. And so distractions are not necessary. So any kind of annoying kind of disturbances or things that you're going through that are kind of happening right now, don't ignore those because you are very heavily protected right now. Okay, so if there's anything in your life that is causing a little turbulence, it is meant for you to pay attention to. It is meant for you to address. It is meant for you to like make it right. But ultimately, this will bring you, this whole process will bring you through a new shift as you're healing from these, like, it could be more than one past life as well. Definitely a lot of death work, but as you're going through this shift, you're going to be able to come back into balance and actually make things right, and empower yourself and actually feel way more centered and grounded within yourself. So the whole purpose is to bring you back to center, which I really love because peace and balance is always my favorite. But there is a lot of realizations that you will learn through this process. There's a lot of deeper understanding that you might like. Ultimately, it might feel like a ginormous synchronicity, but the way they're saying it is like it'll make sense in time. It will make sense, and in time you'll understand why you had to why it had to happen the way that it needed to happen. That's what they're saying. So I hope that made sense, my love. That was your reading. I love this. I love this deck. It's so accurate. Like I cannot. I love it so much. Anyway, for those who are just joining, just know that the Egypt Spiritual Retreat goes on pre-sale tomorrow at 12. I'm so excited, y'all. It's gonna be iconic. Oh my god. And yes, I will make a whole updated video and stuff and all the jazz. Okay. Oh, next is Michaela. So before we get to Michaela, let me just redo the spiel again for those who are just joining. Welcome to the weekly community oracle poll where we basically get together and do oracle card readings at an affordable price. So for those who are Patreon members, channel members, go ahead and write your Patreon name on the super chat or on the comment, so that way I can, cross you guys off. For those who want to send in us like $5 to $10 as a super chat, you guys can do that as well. Or you can send $5 to $10 to my Cash App or Venmo, which is the same as my username, which is up here. If you're on TikTok, it's down here. If you are on YouTube. Now, with that being said, your card options for today. You have the Okana deck. Again, only pick this deck if you're trying to do shadow work because, oh Lord. We have the Egyptian Gods deck, which is a fave. We have the Nature Speak Oracle, the Whispers from the Ocean, and the Archangel Michael Oracle deck. Those are your choices for today. We're going to be here for about an hour. So, yeah. Okay, so now we're going to do Michaela. Okay, Michaela said any deck general reading. Okay. So the Nature Speak Oracle wants to take this one, so that's totally fine with me. I hope that y'all been having a good week. Oh, your girl has been busy. I've been working on so much stuff and finalizing everything with the Egypt Spiritual Retreat. I've been doing a lot of work. But yeah, I'm about to upload a bunch of videos for you guys, so stay tuned for all that. Anyway, Michaela Hawkins. What is the message for Michaela Hawkins today? What does Michaela Hawkins need to know? Oop. Okay. What does Michaela Hawkins need to know? Okay. All right. Okay, bottom of the deck is healing and balance. Okay. Okay, so the first card that came out was emotional protection. Okay. Then we have rare opportunity. Love that beautiful, beautiful full moon there. Trust your efforts. Then we have growth and abundance and shine forth. Okay. So there's definitely a lot going on. This Taurus season might have you being have a little bit more of your defenses up. You might need to focus a little bit more on your self-care and your self-love routine, especially if you're feeling a little bit more emotionally sensitive, whether it be from like the art or media or whatnot that you're consuming that's kind of putting you in your feels, or whether it's the moon specifically that's putting you in your feels. There's a sense of needing to listen to yourself, but also listening to the different shifts within your emotional energy, what you're getting kind of called or drawn to. You might be feeling a little bit, really like a little bit like needing comfort, or wanting certain things that are not necessarily super open right now, but can definitely open themselves up for you as well. There's just like this kind of closing yourself off energy as well. So when it comes to the emotional protection, try to recognize where that is coming from. If you're trying to emotionally protect yourself because you're working on something specifically, then that's great. But if you're trying to like emotionally protect yourself because you are feeling a certain way and you don't want to get hurt about something, but the only way you're going to get to kind of from point A to point B is if you jump on that train and go, then you kind of also can't run away from your light and can't run away from the things that you actually want for yourself either. Trust in your efforts say that a lot of the intentions and the things that you've wanted for yourself require for you to trust not only in spirit but in divine timing as they're appearing to you, because you are getting pushed into this like growth and abundance and shining forth. So it's like it's gonna be fine, like it's gonna be okay, but there is a almost like a jumpiness kind of feeling energy, like there's this kind of there's an opportunity for you to kind of take something that you've been wanting for a while, but it's almost kind of like, oh, do I do it? I don't know. It kind of feels like that, and then it's like a little bit all over the place emotionally, like it feels like. And then Taurus season is gonna like try to kind of bring you back to center, right? So what you need to do is a little bit self-care. Don't be your own worst enemy right now. Don't like get in your own way of your own possibilities. Don't get in your own way of your own growth. Don't block yourself from your blessings, because they're definitely there waiting for you. That's kind of the other thing. It's like part of what's happening, part of the shifts that are happening, even though that you might have the immediate kind of notion to just get a little jumpy about it. Trust a little bit. Trust that you're going to be okay. Trust that things are happening for a reason right now. Everything is very, very like, there are certain things that are very tactical, and that are happening right now because they need to happen right now. So trust in this beautiful like opportunity. This is why it's coming up as a rare opportunity. It's like, hey, so this door is finally opening up. Why are you hiding from this door? You wanted to walk through this door. So there's a sense of like going with the flow, trusting yourself, not running away from your journey, not running away from your purpose, not running away from like people and things and opportunities that you have been trying to bring forth and manifest and bring into your life. It's almost like there's a lot of times, and this happens literally all the time, where we as human beings, we just like, kind of like romanticize certain things, and we in our heads like we turn it into, oh, it would be so great when I finally have this. When I finally have this, oh my God, it's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna be doing this and that. You're making all these plans, which is part of manifestation, right? Visualization and all that stuff. But then when you get into, oh, it's here. Like The food is ready. It's delivered at your table. Like you're ready to eat the food. It's almost like you're looking at what you ordered, like almost like, okay. Like, trust. You put in the order. It is this. Like, first of all, you put in the reservation for this restaurant a really long time ago, and finally it's your time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. So go. Okay. Don't run away from like the beautiful things that are blossoming in your life, because it definitely, there's this, like, all of the way the flowers are coming up, there's just like this field. There's this field of blossoms and abundance. Don't run away from that right now. Don't run away from your own magic. Don't run away from your own intentions. This is why you're getting the shine forth, like the sunshine. Like, just be you. Just shine. Be your natural, loving, amazing self, and literally sit in your blessings, sit in your manifestation, sit in your abundance. That is your reading, my love. I hope that it made sense. And I hope that you got all the messages that you needed, as always. For those who are just joining, welcome to the weekly community oracle poll, where we basically come together so you guys can have access to low-cost readings. So I'm going to give you guys the spiel again. I believe Missy is next. I have to like refresh all of the, wait, hold on. Oh, wait, I'm trying to refresh the whole thing. I'm trying to refresh, but I clicked a comment. Okay. Wait. Oh, and I got kicked out. Well, I hate it when StreamYard does this. I'm like trying to click on a comment and it just boots me off the damn page. I mean, I still hope that you guys can see me over here because it says it's live. So hopefully, hopefully that didn't go. But here we are. Anywho, okay, I believe Missy is next. Yeah. Okay. Missy is next. For those, let me just give you guys the spiel again. For those who are going to want a reading, $5 to $10 to my Cash App or Venmo, which is the same as my name. If you're on YouTube, you can send it as a super chat. If you are on TikTok, or if you're on YouTube, you can also send it Cash App or Venmo, whatever it is. But you can go ahead and send that to, it's the same as my name. So it's OkaniLuna. Now, your oracle card options for today. You have the Nature Speak Oracle. You have the Egyptian Gods Oracle deck, a fave. The Whispers of, I almost dropped it. The Whispers of the Ocean Oracle deck, another fave. Then we have the Okana Oracle deck. Only pick this if you're trying to do shadow work. The OGs know why. Then we have the Archangel Michael Oracle deck. Amazing. And those are your oracle card options for today. If you want to pick your oracle deck, just let me know in the comments. If you want a general reading, let me know in the comments. If you have a question, that's totally fine. Put in the comments with the deck, or unless you want me to pick the deck for you. If not, I'll pick it intuitively for you as well. So next is going to be Messay. Every time I say Messay, I immediately go into, oh my God, wait, did I just blank on her name? Oh, Missy Elliott, of course. So I go into the song immediately, like, Messay. Anyway, oh, this is a great time for me to remind everybody before I get started, because I'm going to say it a million times until y'all know, because I'm going to send an email tomorrow, so y'all know. But tomorrow at 12, the Egypt Spiritual Retreat goes on early bird. So it goes on sale officially, but it will be on early bird. So I'm so excited. Y'all have no idea how excited I am for this trip. Like, y'all don't know. Anyway, okay, so Missy said, hola, general reading, choose deck intuitively. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so the Whispers of the Ocean wants to take this one. So I love this deck. The visuals, like whoever designed this, artwork by Ekaterina Golovanova. I'm sorry, I've just done murdered and butchered your name. But the artwork, the artistry, iconic. I love this deck. Like she completely killed this deck. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, like look at this. She killed this deck. You can't tell me she didn't kill this deck. Come on now. Okay. Missy. Seriously, every time. Missy Morales. What does Missy Morales need to know? Oh, okay. It's happening. What does Missy Morales need to know right now? So, oh, okay. All right. Okay. The message. The message is very clear. Okay. So the first card is setting parameters. Look at this art. Look at it. It's so pretty. Okay. Setting parameters. Assess your relationships and determine how they are aligned with your goals. Setting boundaries require an honest evaluation of your present relationships. Okay. And then we have help appears in various ways. Okay. And it says there is much support for you. Sometimes you may get so adrift you forget to look at the support systems that are with you continuously. Okay. And then we have blend into the environment. Like, you can't tell me the art is not iconic. Come on. You have many skills and can fit into any situation. Take time to assess what's going on around you and adapt accordingly. Okay. And by the way, the bottom of the deck is, oh wait, one second. The way that the message is really quick. I'm going to just give you the two bottom of the decks. One is single-mindedness. Choose your own path and what's best suited for you. And then you have disengage from outcomes. Let go so you can open yourself to the highest love that you deserve. Find ways to release worry or any unresolved lack of forgiveness you might be holding on to. That's your bottom of the deck right there. Okay, so there's definitely like spirit is being very, very like blunt with this one. As you can tell, there's definitely a bluntness. They are definitely assisting you through a shift right now, but there's also a release that's happening within a relationship, a connection, a person. Like there's definitely a release that is happening. There's a shift that is happening, and it requires you to take some time to actively focus a little bit more on yourself. There is a reevaluation that's also happening during this period of time where you're going to have to think about what you need, what's important to you, why you need to do what you need to do, like what is it that you need, and how are you not getting it? How are you getting it? What is lacking? What is missing? What is not right? What's not feeling right? There is when I tell you spirit is helping you through this process, it's kind of like spirit is really helping you through this process. There is a release. And because of the way that, everything's going on, it's like you need that extra layer of support, and you need to also not feel alone with the decisions and the things that are being shifted, right? You need to not feel alone. You need to not feel like you're not supported. So they're definitely there, and know that they're there, and also use your resources within the physical realm, because that's very, very important for you to do. But you're being asked to basically shield yourself. You're being asked to protect your energy, protect your peace of mind. This is it feels very much like I said what I said. Like when you say I said what I said, and then you don't say anything else afterwards, because you're not about to waste your time and repeat yourself, which is one of those things that I really thoroughly enjoy because I hate repeating myself. That's a waste of time. And y'all know I said it a million times. A Capricorn's biggest pet peeve is when you waste our time. So if I have to repeat myself more than 2 times, I'm not saying it again. No. So when it comes to this energy, there's this sense of kind of like, reevaluate. Is this worth it? is this needed? Is this part of where you need to be? Is this part of your purpose? Is this meaningful? Does it make you happy? Are you okay? Are you just okay, or are you in full joy? Are you in the best place that you could be, or are you just kind of like in this kind of weird limbo and it just kind of stays there? And there's just like this weird back and forth and never fixes itself for some reason. There is this sense of needing to protect your energy right now. And this is going to be something, one of the things that they're saying is that this is going to be very significant during Mercury retrograde. You will see how some of the, it's what they're showing is kind of like pants that have been tried to, you know, you try to sew them in the place that they ripped, but it's like once you put it on and if you bend a certain way, it's just gonna rip the whole thing again. That's the what they're showing me. So I hope that makes sense. But there's a sense of like a band-aid is not gonna fix this. It's not. A band-aid is not gonna fix this. And you're being asked to focus on yourself right now. You're very much being asked to focus on yourself. You're being asked to like also not even look at like where it's supposed to go. If this is supposed to go, like, you know, if this is something that's supposed to stay, or a person that's supposed to stay in your life for long term, like it don't lose yourself in the, oh my god, but are we still going to be friends? Are we still going to be cool? Like they're really important to me, or this is, you know, something that was really important. Even if this has to do with like a job or something, it's like, oh, it's this, like, will I still be able to connect or whatever? It's, there's a sense of like, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Like spirit is being very like focused on you, your self-care. You are the most important right now. And so right now it's time to be honest. It's time to be honest to yourself. And once you're honest to yourself, then you know you're gonna be honest to other people about what you were honest to yourself about. And that is your reading, my love. I hope that it made sense. And I hope that you got all the messages that you needed. And I know there was a reason why. I had to grab this deck. I love this deck. So good. Very, very blunt. Very supportive. Very supportive. I love this deck. Just because the art is peak Pisces energy when it comes to like the art being on point, but the messages being on point too. Okay. So, okay, we're gonna move into the next verse. Before we get started, I think it's Bree. Yeah, I believe it's Bree. Yeah, I think it's Bree. Hold on, I'm trying. Okay, StreamYard just froze. I'm trying to let it unfreeze. Okay, I love reading about my polyamorous love life. Okay, and then there's another comment. I am navigating some relationship restructuring, and I'd love to know what the cards have to say. Feel free to intuitively pick the deck. Got you. Okay. Got you. Okay, so. Okay, so for whatever reason, the Egyptian Gods deck wants to take this one. So, like I said, I love this deck. It's just really accurate. I cannot stress it enough. Been using it nonstop since I got it. Okay, Bree Law. What does Bree Law need to know about their relationship right now? Okay. What does, okay. Wait, let's get one more card. One more card. They're like fighting for which one is gonna come out. Okay. Okay. So your 3 cards, you have Hope, which is Anuket. You have Ra, Enlightening. And you have Shashat, Wisdom. Very powerful cards. Well, first of all, I love how this deck is just really supportive. That's like probably one of my favorite things about it. It's just always really, really supportive. So we're literally starting off with like hope. So you have this energy of, you know, there's this hopeful energy. There's this like, you know, wishing for the best, wishing for things to go the best, wishing for things to like ground themselves, wishing for things to be really good, wishing for everything to really be like everything works out, right? There's this kind of, it reminds me of that. Oh my God, it just took me back to the Sandman. I don't know if you've seen the Sandman. If you haven't seen the Sandman, you need to go on Netflix and go see the Sandman, because oh my God, it was iconic. But there's this scene, and I'm gonna describe it, so if you didn't see it, that's your fault. But there's this scene in the Sandman when, and this might sound confusing to whoever's watching this, go see the damn show. I promise you it is iconic. But there's a scene where the Sandman is battling the devil in hell. So basically they're doing this kind of battle, but it's almost like the way that it's shown is so beautiful, because they're embodying the words that they're saying, and they have to beat each other with what they're embodying. So for example, it starts off with a dire wolf, I believe it is, and then the devil picks something. No, the devil picks a cobra or a snake. Then he picks something else that, he picks like I believe it was like a bird or a hawk or something that basically kills the snake. And then the devil picks, it was like bacteria or something, like eating bacteria that kills the bird, right? It kills life. So then he picks, I think, was it the galaxy, or like, I can't remember what it was, but it was just kind of showing like the universe. I think it was the universe. And then the devil picked anti-life. And anti-life was like that moment where he thought that he was gonna, well, I don't know, he thought he was gonna lose, because, you know, if you saw the episode, you know what happens. But there was a moment where his raven thought that he was gonna lose. And yes, the Sandman has a raven. Again, go watch the show. It's iconic. But the raven thought that he was going to lose. So he goes up to him and he's like, you can't just leave me in hell. You can't just leave me down here. You're the endless. You're the Sandman. You can't just die. You don't die. You are the end. Like, you're part of the endless, right? Because dreams don't die. So that was part of like the speech that the raven gave to the Sandman. And there's this moment where he has to kind of pick what his move is in order to beat, you know, Lucifer. And so what he picks is hope, because hope is not something that you can defeat. And then that's kind of how the Sandman wins, because, you know, he asks Lucifer, like, what beats hope? What beats hope? And so they have this moment where it's just like, okay, just like the Sandman won. But it was really beautiful how right after that moment, and again, go watch the show. It is so good. So many beautiful lessons in the show. But it was right after that moment, right after that happens, that moment, that hope gets thrown into Lucifer's face, like at Lucifer's face. And that's one of the reasons why Lucifer like lost, because then he, you know, Lucifer goes on to say, well, they go on to say, because, you know, very, very much not gendered in this, they go on to say, oh, you know, one day Sandman, we're gonna destroy you. And you know, and then kind of just throwing in the face that dreams have no power in hell. Like they're worthless, they have nothing, right? And so the Sandman basically says, if dreams don't have power in hell, like basically everybody who's in hell is dreaming out of it. So obviously dreams do have power in hell, but also it's like the Sandman throws this beautiful line at Lucifer, was like, you know, don't you dream of heaven? What, like, it's right, there's like that hope there of wanting to be accepted again, you know, like with the whole arc of Lucifer and everything in the story goes. So that hope energy is literally unbeatable. It's not something that's can be defeated. You can't really destroy hope. That's not, it's just not going to happen. It's not doable. So I love that this starts off with the hope energy, because there's this sense of openness. There's this sense of, you know, like hoping for the best, wanting the best, navigating through the best, seeing, you know, whatever happens, if that is the best and that is the outcome, then that's what needs to happen. There's this energy of like really having an open heart and wishing for the best, even if it doesn't have, like, even if the best doesn't happen, there's this energy of, okay, well, hoping for the best, going to, you know, go in with like this kind of state of like open, right? Open for the best. And then moving into the next message is like, there's a lesson here. The energy of Ra with enlightening and Shashat with wisdom. There's a lesson there. Ultimately, there's still a lot that needs to be learned. There's still a lot that needs to be integrated. There's someone that's coming into your life specifically to teach you a lesson, to bring you into a deeper state of wisdom, but also to connect you to your vitality, into your essence, and to your own personal empowerment. And it's for a reason. It's for a purpose. And you should maintain that hope. That hope is really, really, really important, and it's essential for you to continue during this period of time. But there is this like illumination, there is this integration that you're going through, where you'll be able to come out of this not only being more grounded within yourself, but through you maintaining your own energy of hope, magnetizing. And it's almost kind of like how everybody at this point assumes that the sun is just going to shine every day. And we hope the next day we have a nice sunny day with great weather and that we can enjoy the next day, right? We hope for these things. But then when they come, or if they don't come, what do we learn through those days that are cloudy, that are not, that are those experiences that are almost like a trial and error? Like, you hope for the best, but if it doesn't, you know, if it didn't go the best, it's still okay. It's okay. You could still move on till the next thing. You could still head into a different direction. You could hope for the best and have an open heart for the best for yourself, and you can open yourself up for the best. And there are times where that light and that hope will magnetize exactly what you need. And then there are times that hope will teach you wisdom about discernment and wisdom about understanding other people's light and other people's energies. But regardless, there is this lesson that's, you know, being integrated here. But you're being asked to not throw yourself and think negatively about the situation. You're being asked to, you know, make peace with what needs to be done. That's the message that's coming through. I hope that makes sense. Go watch The Sandman. It's on Netflix. It's really iconic. I'm telling you, it's so good. You're not going to be mad after you watch it, because it's really good. Really, like, it's so good. By the way, the bottom of the deck was prosperity. It's good. But yeah, it's so good. Go watch it. Everybody needs to watch it. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. And I still can't believe it took me a minute to, like, I was putting off watching it, and then I was like, okay. Me and babe like said, and we're like, okay, we're finally gonna watch it. Because sometimes I do that. I like put back shows that I'm like, I have to be in a mood for certain things. And then the second I started playing it, I was like, I should have watched this like 2 months ago. Because the whole show is so me. It's so me. And I knew it was going to be very me, but I was just like, shook it. Shook it. Anyway, I hope that you got your messages, my love. Like I said, that deck is iconic. I really love that deck. But you just come off feeling really supportive by spirit with that deck. It's just a really, really iconic deck. Okay, so wait. Oh no, StreamYard just froze a little bit. I'm trying to hold on. The chat is gone. Okay, it's refreshing. I'm sorry, y'all. Give me a second. I think Black Coffee was next. I think. Wait 1 second. Okay. Yes. Black Coffee is next. Let me just I gotta find the comment, but like literally StreamYard is like the live chat is like white, and I'm like, wait. I think it's here. Oh, I found it, y'all. StreamYard. One day it's gonna work. Oh no, it went away. Wait, is it there? I'm trying to read the comments so it doesn't go white again. Hold on. Okay. Wait, it's coming up. It's coming up on here, but it's not coming up on there. I don't know. Okay, I'm reading it from here because it won't let me read it. Okay, here we go. Ashay, all general reading, the Black Oracle deck. Yes, I know. Read me to the real spirit. Oh, okay. So, oh, you mean the Okana? Because technically, this one is also black. But we know when it's like read me to the field. It can only be one. Come on now. Come on now. So Black Coffee is going to be the last person, I believe. And then we're going to close off for the night. Fun times as always. Okay. What does Black Coffee need to know? Black Coffee needs to know. What does Black Coffee need to know? What does Black Coffee need to know? Oy. Okay. Oh. We have to have a conversation. Oh no. Okay. Oh. Okay. These cards. Bottom of the deck is sorrow. It is through deep sadness that one masters discouragement. All right, before I even show you the cards, I'm just going to look for the first one because, okay. There we go. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So, your cards. One is confide, okay? All things are good to eat, but not all things are good to say. Confide. Okay. You want to know what I love about this card? That it looks like a border of a land. It just looks like the edges of a land. One water, one earth, and it's just like this kind of these lines, these ports, right? And then when you look at the message, all things are good to say, but not all things are good to all things are good to eat, but not all good things are good to say. It's just interesting when it comes to even when it relates to the land, like when you're thinking about like, oh, like let's say we're all just in the woods or in the land just eating and looking for our own food. There's some stuff that's poisonous. There's some stuff that we can't have. There's some things, some areas we can't cross, right? And so it's just really, it's so interesting how, you know, she designed this deck. In love. Anyway, back to reading you to the field. Shadow element, involvement in gossip or feeling overwhelmed by the knowledge of being spoken about in gossip-based dialogue. Okay. 3 people can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. So taking time out of one's day to speak on lives, relationships, and events of those around us manifest consequences, good or bad. This card suggests that in recent, you or someone you may know may have been involved in gossip. It could be that you were the one spreading it or that you found that you were the topic of discussion. But the card can be read in one of 2 ways. One, if you find your spirit has been alerted to the fact that you have become the topic of discussion, perhaps take a stock of the things that you're allowing the outside world to know about you in your personal life. The tiniest hole in a great ship can sink in a matter of moments. Be quiet. And number 2, unless you have the ability to possess the minds, hearts, and bodies of those being talked about, it is best to focus on your life, lest you reap the consequences of the seeds you plant bearing fruit in your yard. Be quiet. You're going to get mad at this one, but it's that shit. All things. No, I'm sorry. I'm about to read the same one. Hold on. I was mad when that came out because that was the first word you said in the comment. I'm like, no. Not that shit. Stop it. Okay. The world was created by one. Shadow element, not using one's true power and relying on others to make decisions for you. Ashe is a Yoruba concept not easily translated to English, but in a base form, it means the divine power, energy, and force present in all beings to produce the change that they seek. This card is present in the reading as a suggestion that you may be going through a period in which you don't believe in your personal power and instead rely on the decisions of others, parentheses, spirits, friends, etc., to make grand decisions for you and to express how much you're capable of doing. It is important to make a mental note of why you may be feeling like you lack the divinity to create the opportunities and outcomes you want for yourself without external input. Why do you not feel comfortable taking the initiative to create your world without looking for permission? If it's of goodwill, utilizing your talents and makes you happy, why are you allowing others to live your life for you by planning your power? I would like to remind you that you picked this deck. Okay. You picked this deck. I'm just saying. Okay, 47. And lastly, we have flare. Okay. When the lightning flashes, it touches sky and earth. Shadow element, experiencing emotional outbursts and perhaps even taking things out on others. An integral part of emotional maturity is being able to acknowledge what we feel and express ourselves in an appropriate way. Excusing ourselves to be alone or be with our most trusted friends to express ourselves in a safe way is vastly underused, which is why compartmentalizing stress, frustration, and anger seems to be nearly impossible in the moment. This card is acknowledging that you or someone you know may struggle expressing intense emotions in a way that is fair to you or them, but also fair to those around you who are either happy to give the space that is required or want to be their confidant. Flare is a temper flare. It's suggesting that there may also be a struggle with taking said intense emotions out on people and failing to realize that others are not responsible for the way you feel, and in the same route, trying to bring others down when you feel down is not only unfair to them, it is unfair to the interpersonal relationships health in the long term. You okay, boo? Because you got sorrow at the bottom of the deck. What is going on? First of all, one of the messages that is coming through really clearly is you need to work on your throat. Right here. You need to work on your throat. The energy there is blocked. You have to do some work up here. Okay? Because there's a lot that's being said, but it's almost like talking the talk but not talking with purpose. There is a blockage here. And this could be why there is issues going on with the way that the way that you're expressing yourself, and also the ways that other people are expressing themselves. Okay. Also, Mercury retrograde, it's going to force you to ground yourself with your voice. That's what they're saying. You're going to need to control yourself, and you're going to need to process why you feel, why you think the way you think, and why you express the way that you need to express when it comes to other people. And also why you value others' opinions before doing something. When you already know internally, like your internal clock, it's saying, oh, this is the right time to do this. But it's almost like if somebody else wants to do something on a different day, or it's like, it's almost like you compromise, but you're giving the power is, it's just more on their side. Like you're giving them the, oh no, but they said this, so I have to do it like the way they said it or whatever. It's this kind of sense of like, okay, but what if your internal clock, your internal energies are saying, hey, I can do this right now. I'm ready right now. This is right now is when I want to do it. But it's almost like not necessarily. And I get it, because there's times where, and I feel like even traditionally, ritualistically, when it comes to a lot of the traditional practices, there are certain practices that have to be done a certain way, right? There's certain practices that need to be done certain way with certain tools, with certain X, Y, Z, and B, like on point, blah, 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 right? But then there's times where our energy levels, it's almost like when we're ebbing and flowing, our energy levels are like, hey, I can do this right now. I actually, this is what I want to do. So it signals you like, hey, yeah, right now is a really good time. And instead of like doing it when your body, in the wisdom of your own body, and the wisdom of your body that holds your power is telling you like, hey, this is a great time to do this. It turns into, oh no, but I can't do it right now because blah, 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 whatever the reason is. It's just like it's a no. It turns into the, oh, I have the energy and I really want to do it now, but I can't do it now. Why can't you do it now? It's almost like there's a little bit too much rules, where you need to ebb and flow with your power, and you need to allow it to ebb and flow as well. The pent up tension of your own power, your own essence, having this kind of like not being able to come out with the way it wants to, is also causing the flare. That's what they're saying. It's almost kind of like spiritually there's pent up energy, and it's like when it wants to be released, you're not honoring those moments, and so there's tension. There's an internal tension there. It's almost like when you're cooking. Okay, when you're cooking and you're supposed to be cooking on medium heat, but you just went straight to high, and then you get mad that the food is cooking it just got burnt too fast because you already started cooking it at the wrong. Like if you were to follow the correct ebb and flow of how it needs to be done and how you need it to be done, like it would just, like, obviously if you're going to cook it on higher heat, you need to be mindful of how quickly and what it's going to do to it. Like there has to be an adaptability there so you can ebb and flow with what you want it. And when it's not making sense, when it's like, no, but this really has to cook on medium or on low, then you need to honor that specifically. It's not, oh, I should just let this other person cook it for me because I can't do it. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You just don't have the patience for it. And you need to sort that. You need to sort that. And also during this period of time where you are sorting yourself up and grounding yourself, not only mentally, but within your power and within the space, like when I tell you, you need to do some work up here, because even while I'm saying this, like everything that I'm saying, like the messages, the way that they're coming through, there's like a ball in my throat. It feels like there's a ball in my throat. Mind you, my throat space is always open, especially as a Gemini moon, because I have to give you all the messages. It just comes out. So I keep this baby really open. And right now I feel like I have a ball on my neck and it's not pleasant. It's not a pleasant feeling. So you need to stop telling people about your business, and you need to stop. You need to kind of like, there's a lot of internal there's like an internal reevaluation that you need to do within yourself. You need to be mindful of who you tell what to. And I get it, because there's times where I feel so excited about something that I just want to just be like, that's my Leo rising energy. I'm just like, I want to share it with the world, right? But then I have to literally be like, nah, I can't share it with the world yet. There's a time and place of when things need to be shared and why. But there's a time and place. And so my Scorpio kicks in and I'm like, I'm not telling nobody nothing until there's the right time and place to say exactly what needs to be said. But there's a sense of, there's an internal process that you need to work through that requires other people to be minding their business, not your business, through this process, because it's not going to help when you are trying to process other people's stuff. It's not going to help with this, because all you're going to do is kind of like lash out at any situation, any judgments that anybody tries to throw at you about, what's going on, especially if you're going through something, you're trying to process something, and then on top of that, you got to deal with people's mouths like about it. It's just like, yo, can you just shut up? I don't want to hear it. Like, I'm trying to do this right now, and you're just adding to that, and I'm not trying to deal with that right now. So instead of, I get it when it comes to like, even when needing an outlet or needing to talk about something, but not everybody that you talk to or confide with, okay, not everybody that you confide with is a proper friend, is holding space for you. Some people are just like too chismear and just like the gossipy energy, and will just literally use what you're going through and be like, oh my God, you know what just happened? I just got a call. I just got a text. Oh my God, they're going through this, blah, blah. And it just almost like, it makes it worse. Because now your reality and the things that you're trying to work through are being spoken into existence by a whole nother person that's not going about you. That is from another whole nother person that's not going through what you're going through, but they're literally speaking it through existence with their own throat, right? Their own throat. And it's just like, you don't need that on top of what it is that you're working through. You don't need that, and any type of negativity, any additional opinions that are not going to be helpful to what you need to work through. You need to actively take a little bit more control of your power and come back to center. There's a coming back to center here. There is a lesson here. The frustration that you're having is from not listening to yourself, and you need to do that. And you need to also, like, especially when there's like a decision that needs to be made, I get going to certain friends and blah blah, but you need to sit with yourself first. You guys know I've talked about this before, but I am my own best friend, right? Even though my sister's my therapist, my wife's my best friend too, y'all know this, but when it comes to shit that I need to process personally, I will work it out with myself first, even if it's something that I'm trying to navigate. And when I say work it out, I'm like, I'll try to come up with the conclusions that I'm having in my brain before I go talk to a confidant, like my sister, for example, right? Who is my sister. So it's a different extent than someone who's a friend and who's gonna gossip or who's gonna blah blah blah. Because even when my sister calls my mom to talk to me about her, I already know that she's not gonna tell her what I'm going to, because we don't do that. Right? It's not part of, I would have known that by now, right? And so there's only certain people that I will be open to sharing certain things about, because I know they're not going to run their mouth about whatever it is just because of the gossipy soap opera energies. Like, no. And so I'll work through what I believe and what, first within myself. And if I need advice, I don't just kind of like talk to other people. And I know a lot of people do this. Everybody does this, but there's a lot of people that like to just especially talk about other people without a solution to something. And y'all know I'm a Capricorn. Like, I don't like to just whine or complain about something without a solution. I don't. I really don't. If you ever see me complaining about something, you best believe I'm like, so this could have been done. Why didn't this get done? Why is this not happening? This is also this. Like, I'm always trying to find a solution because I don't want to just sit here and complain about it for like another year or whatever, for whatever it is. It could be like a really small thing. I don't want to sit here and complain about it. What is the solution? How can it be fixed? How can it stop being a bother? How can it stop being an issue? How do we get from the, and that, again, that's my Capricorn energy, cardinal sign forever. But how can we get, I want to not complain about this, because complaining about something over and over again just makes that situation, makes that thing last so much longer, because there's no solution that's being looked at. It's almost just like, oh yeah, this happened again. Even if it's about a person, even if it's about a relationship, it's about a job, or blah, blah, blah. It just seems like it's a soap opera, like a TV show that you're just watching all the time. And that person is still in the same job, still dealing with the nasty boss, still dealing with the same coworker, still dealing with the same bullshit. And they could have like left. They could have did a million things, but because the show has to stay in this kind of formula, they still have to have the same drama and say the same characters, right? They kind of just stay stuck in that reality, and nothing changes. And so we as a collective, we get comfortable sitting in this energy of kind of routinely complaining about shit that we could actively choose to do something about, instead of allowing like that to just build in frustration to the point where it's just like, oh, then your power gets blocked, and then you feel powerless, because then it's like, what can you do? It almost seems like there's nothing you can do but complain. I hate that shit. Oh my God, I hate that shit. Y'all listen. Oh, I hate that shit. Like, I'm all about solutions. I'm all about, okay, an issue came up, great, what is the solution? Like, yes, there's sometimes where certain things are like tea. Okay, and I get it. Like, you know, when it's like the tea, when the tea is a tea, you know, with the gossip, when it's the tea and it's just like, damn, that happened, that's crazy. And then you'll see me say at one point, okay, so what's gonna happen next? Like, what? Because okay, the tea is hot, but then what's the point of the tea? Are we drinking the tea? Is it medicine? Like, what? Come on now. At one point, you need to realize, like, what the things that you're intaking and the behaviors that you're intaking, and how it's either like interfering with yourself, and how it's just not making certain things better, and how it's just maintaining that blockage and maintaining, and then like bit by bit, as the complaints build without any action, as it just turns into feeling powerless and feeling just like all you can do is complain, or all you can do is just like huff and puff and huff and puff, like you're not a whole person with a whole ass willpower that can make your own decisions about your life. And that is why the Ashe card came up the way that it did. There is a sense of like, you need to take your power back. I don't know if you forgot who you was, but you need to remember who you was, because that's who you was. So I'm gonna need you to get it together. Anyway, Spirit said a lot. Don't be mad to me. That is your reading, my love. I hope that made sense, because that was a lot. That was a lot. But you wanted to get read to the fill, so I don't want to hear no complaints. I don't want to hear no complaints. I don't want to hear no complaints, okay? Listen, you picked this deck, so that's what happens when, you know, when you pick the deck that you picked. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and sign off for the night, because y'all, listen. That was powerful. But yeah, I love you guys. I will see y'all in the next video. We're going to reconvene on Monday. But we're going to be tomorrow. It's the early bird for the Egypt spiritual tree. I'm gonna say it for the 5 millionth time, because you know it's gonna be iconic. It's gonna be amazing. I'm so excited. But yeah, there's a video that I'm also gonna be posting tonight for Taurus season rituals as well. And yeah, so stay tuned. They'll probably be posted within the next like 15-ish minutes or so. But yes, I love you guys. I will see you on the next video. Have a good night. Bye, y'all.